Welcome to the Barre Beat podcast, live from Raylene's basement, Barre, Vermont. With us tonight, we of course have Raylene. Good evening, Raylene.
Good evening.
And how are you doing this fine evening?
Oh, just lovely.
Are you?
It's cold, and I'm not excited about that.
You're not excited about that?
No.
Are you excited about the festivities that are coming this week?
Thanksgiving? Absolutely. It's my favorite holiday of the whole entire year.
It's the most wonderful time of the year for someone like me who's a big guy.
It's my favorite holiday. I love it. We're going to have Thanksgiving here at home, and the family's coming, and that's the best.
Nice. Are you having the big family here?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to be going down to Virginia. We're actually leaving tomorrow night after council meeting, so sadly I will miss all the wonderful things that are happening in Barre City this year for the Merry Barre holidays.
Yeah. To light up the city and all of
I
that.
know,
Oh.
I'm like wicked depressed.
It's already starting to look pretty, too.
It is, and Tracy has done a fantastic, or the Barre Partnership has done a fantastic job at
And all the volunteers.
and the volunteers, the volunteers as well. Like the fire department, I think helped out. Yeah, it's supposed to look really cool when they flick the switch.
Well,
And
it does look really cool. And the good news
I think it's
is
supposed to look even better.
we're supposed to get some snow tomorrow night into Wednesday.
Nice. I'm
So
not
that'll
happy
make
about
it
tomorrow
even
night,
look more festive.
because tomorrow night is when I'm going to be driving. So that's
Well, you'll
not-
be going south. So
True,
you just
true.
hope that.
Hopefully it won't be too bad. My
Yeah.
nephew's going to be driving, so I'll be able to sleep. Maybe I'll try to convince Leah to sleep on my lap. My dog.
And then you can just go to sleep and the weather won't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah, unless you roll over.
Unless we roll over and I'm dead. In which case it's okay.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Well, we'll all hope that doesn't
Yes,
happen.
hopefully not. Speaking of the Merry Barre holidays, so we did receive a request for having free parking on Main Street. So that'll be a conversation that we're going to have. I think that there's some struggles financially with the city. We've got some significant financial struggles given the flood, so it'll be probably difficult for that decision. I'm going to say yes. And I think that instead of donating the money, like what we've done in the past, I think we should just probably keep the money. And I know that seems very selfish, but
Well, you can put it in the relief fund.
well, we're going to need it for our budget.
Right.
It's going to be, our budget's looking really rough with all the abatements, and it's looking rough. So yeah.
Yeah. I say just don't do the free parking this year.
Yeah, that's a hard sell for me. Just because we've done free parking every single year.
For a really long time.
We have. We really have.
Well, and I guess if it makes people from other cities and towns come to visit, and then so be it, because the merchants also need a boost. Everybody suffered huge losses. So
They did.
Yeah.
They did. They definitely did. We did have the Barre Partnership did have its annual meeting, which was pretty cool. I will not show any pictures because one of the pictures made me look like Jabba the Hutt. And
Oh my.
I know.
They were posted anyway.
They were posted, but I'm not gonna share it on the screen.
Okay.
I'm just not gonna do that. I'm a terrible person. I can move on.
All right.
We do have the parking ban in effect. So And that's from April 15th, which is obviously already passed, at 12 a.m.
From
until
November 15th until April 15th.
April 1st until April 1st. It's November 15th to April 1st. Parking is prohibited on city streets and parking lots from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. except in designated places with a required permit. So if you have an ADU and you don't have parking space, you can't park it on the street. That's terrible.
Well,
permits are available through the city clerk and treasurer's office, located at City Hall, and you can give them a call at 802-476-0242. You can also call them to find out where you can park. So, exciting.
super exciting. Well, it's good information. We have a lot of new people in the city that may not know all of these things, and so it's always good to talk about it, of course. And some people that have been here a really long time that maybe have moved to a new location and they have, parking that they usually park on the street, and now they're going to have to park in one of the lots or talk to a neighbor that may let you park in their driveway or something. You have to we all have to work together throughout the winter.
It's true. Very true.
Just don't get towed. It costs a lot of money.
Yes, it does. That it does.
Do we know who got the contract this year for the winter towing? Or has that been decided yet?
I do not know who got the towing.
Yeah, I don't recall. Usually you all say it at council, but I don't recall that had been done.
So do you know what's coming this weekend?
Besides the craft fair and all of that good stuff?
The craft fair.
Oh, the craft
fair. That's what
fair.
I was going for.
Well, absolutely.
You excited about that? Or are you going to go?
I am going to go up. So I'm going to go up, one, because I should, and two, my cousin has a table there, a booth there this year, and I'm really super excited for her. And she's young, she's a good girl, and she does this to pay for things that she wants to have, like her car, that she has literally been making jewelry and saving and saving and saving, and was able to get her car, and that's how she has a job also, but she's just a really good girl, and I'm super proud of her, and she's so excited to be up at the craft fair, because this is like the craft fair of all craft fairs, and she's going to be there.
Big thanks to Tracy for putting that together as a side note, because
yes.
that died.
Yeah, almost went away. Almost never happened again, and she made sure that she picked it up and ran with that ball. And so, yes, very grateful that she made that happen.
And we're going to have at the craft fair on Saturday, there is going to be a Santa Claus there, and it's going to be Santa Finn.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice. Good.
So he will be there at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. On the 25th and 26th. And then December 4th, he's going to be at the Central Vermont Marketplace, formerly the Berlin Mall. And then he's going to be at CV Fun Holiday on the 9th. And we're just going to give a rundown since it was a picture. A party at the Grange in Montpelier, and then Central Vermont Marketplace again on the 11th from 1 to 4, and then Stowe Street Cafe with live reindeer.
Well, nice. That's awesome.
It is. It is awesome.
And I also heard, I think is it made in Vermont? I forget. No, Taste of Vermont. The people that were at the employee recognition party that we were just at a couple of weeks ago, where they had the s'mores bar and the dessert bar and all of that good stuff.
I am not sure.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because you ditched us. I forget, Michael. You wouldn't know. Ouch. You didn't stay the whole time.
Ouch.
You just ate your chicken muscatoli and left.
Ouch. Ouch.
Your
Ouch.
loss.
I
Don't you?
know.
And now you're
We've
going to
got
miss the craft fair, too.
we've got Mr. Michael Deering with us. 1 minute there, Michael. We'll figure out how to pin you to the
Hello,
screen.
hello.
How you doing?
Pretty well.
All right. Well, I haven't quite figured
How are
out how to
you
get this
doing?
to.
Thanks for having me on tonight, by the way.
Well, 1 minute, Michael. Hey, not a problem. Anytime if we can figure out how to supersize you on our screen.
Why does he have to be supersized?
Well, because
I'm supersized as I am. Just in this 5'4" body of mine.
Oh man. So, for those that don't know, the reason why that I'm bringing Michael on is because he is going to talk about the BYSA resolution, which truly appreciate because you were mainly part of that, correct,
On
Michael?
the football resolution, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me read
Oh, you're
it.
cutting out, sir.
Oh,
I
I'm
hate
cutting out.
technology. Certainly. You're back.
Okay. So let me read the resolution for people that don't know. It says, as the Barre Youth Sports Association, BYSA, 7th and 8th grade football team achieved excellence on Saturday, November 4th, 2023, when they upset top-seeded Linden by a score 37-32 at Colchester High School to claim their first Northern Vermont Football League state championship.
Woohoo!
So, Michael, do you want to... Oh, whoops. Oh, man, everybody's going to think, what is he doing? Because
You're having a brain cramp tonight.
I'm having a problem tonight. So, Michael, do you want to explain what happened?
Sure. So the 7th and 8th grade football team, the youngest level that competes for a championship in youth football, competed on November 4th for a state title, the first ever state title that they've won. This is the third opportunity that Barry has had to win a title in the history of the league. And this year we were
Oh,
lucky enough to come away with it.
nice.
I say lucky enough, but really it came down to hard work, dedication, people buying in, people doing the work that needed to be put in, and not having excuses. Really just making sure that the things that needed to get done were done, and people just did their jobs. Something I really love about football more than I love about anything is that 11 people have to work together in order to get something accomplished with football.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas baseball or other sports, one athlete can take over one of these sports. But when it comes to football, everybody has to do their job on offense, on defense, on special teams. It's a complete team sport, and you're asking your teammates to do the unthinkable for you. And it's that bond in the relationship that you'll never get anywhere else.
Nice. So the resolution, I'm not going to actually read the whole thing, but I will read the bottom part, which is now therefore by the Barre City Council that the members of the council commend the BYSA Crimson Tide team upon its NVYFL. You know what? I'm going to actually ask Michael what that means because I have no clue.
Northern
What is that?
Vermont Football League.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you telling me that. So I had no clue. Championship and congratulates Alexander Abdella Braden Busquet.
Yep.
Lucas Bradley. I cannot see this thing. It's not big enough. My eyes
Do
are
you want
getting
my
old.
glasses?
I know, right?
Can I read them for you?
Yes, please do that.
So, Counselor, can I just read those for you?
Yes,
So,
you can
Brian
just read it
Carbonell,
for me.
Donovan Carrion, Nolan Carrion, Noah Cepeda, Logan Desjardins, Landon Duchesne, Nova Eberly, Carter Fisk, Wyatt Fuller, Deacon Garcia DeForge, Trevor Grandboys, Riley Haggart, Logan Haskins, Eli Hoare, Matt Howard, Andre Jacobs, Javian Kastner, Levi Larimore, Wyatt Lee, David Marcellus, John Marcellus, Caden Mason, Colby Owen, Nolan Palmer, Eli Pike, Alexander Pollard Allen, Solomon Thompson, Lucas Willis, Kano Wood, head coaches Matt Carbonneau and Rob Owen, and assistant coaches Greg Fuller, Adam Willis, and David Pike.
Very nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. Totally apologize
Absolutely.
that I can't read it. And be it further resolved that the City Council extends to each of its members of the BYSA Crimson Tide our sincerest wishes for their continuing success academically and athletically, and be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be placed in the permanent records of the City of Barre, and that a copy of be transmitted to the members of the team and coaching staff.
Awesome.
So
awesome job, guys.
That is
way to
wicked
represent.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you must be
Way to bring it
very
home
much
for Barry.
involved in this. So you're
I'm
proud.
I'm the president director for the year. Filled in for a year. I will not be the director next year, which is a nice step back. Gives me the opportunity to do other things.
Nice.
Yeah.
So do you want to?
Big congratulations to you all.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it really is a team effort that without all the people involved in that organization from top to bottom, we wouldn't be able to compete on the level that we did, or to be able to provide the children with the opportunities that they needed in order to compete at this level. And when you talk about bringing in the high school programs, these feeder programs are the key, and they're so vital that if we don't have quality feeder programs within our youth levels, then our high school ranks aren't going to be able to compete against some of these top schools.
Right.
So feeder programs are so crucial to me.
Well, we appreciate your service on this, and we certainly want to congratulations to those kids. And for those that are watching,
Absolutely.
Drop in a comment saying congratulations.
Yes, absolutely.
And post on Facebook. I'm assuming you have a post up there, Michael.
Yes,
Share
definitely
Michael's
have
post.
one up there. I'll post another one as well. Something a little
Nice.
more recent. I've got a lot of stuff on my page up there, the Deering for Barry.
Nice. So before we let you go, let's talk about one other thing that you're involved in,
Yes.
and that's the turf.
Yes, sir. This is my pride and joy right now.
Is it?
This kind of segues from my 1 year being a director with BYSA football program. That BYSA had been looking at putting in some turf at the BOR. This was a project that I saw as a city councilor and also as a football director that it was something that we could work out. And it really came down to money because it's an opportunity to provide things in the community that aren't currently there. So that was a kind of a no-brainer. That when we had a youth organization like BYSA looking to put in the majority of the money, and then just looking for some additional capital from the city, and also we acquired some additional capital from the town. So that kind of makes things much easier for the city to swallow and gives them the opportunity to have that property and give the opportunities that need to be had. So we worked on that throughout the spring. We brought it to one of the Barre City Rec Board meetings the day of the March election of this year we're currently in. They looked at the project. We potentially were going to pull some funds out of either Semper Bond or the Civic Center Improvement Fund. Had some kind of good conversations around that situation, but then we got the flood, and all bets were off at that point. It wasn't a good opportunity to bring to the table. Funding wasn't really going to be there. We wanted to make sure that the funding mechanisms were going to be strong. So we kind of waited. Never really gave up on the project, but people worked behind the scenes to get this brought to fruition. And here we have a commitment from the town to provide, let's see, I believe that's $15,000. The city's going to provide 46,000, and BYSA is going to contribute 75,000 for a total purchase of I think it's 137,000 in total. So that project is one that is going to bring our Central Vermont Civic Center here, the BOR, into the next level, the next generation of sports, the next generation of athletics and activities. It's just going to provide those extra opportunities that we didn't have, and also provide a source of revenue for the city. We're always looking at revenue. We're going to talk budget a bit more tomorrow night with our budget kickoff. And we know that we're looking for money. I know that when Jake had talked, the mayor talked about looking for recreational revenue. This is right up his alley. This is the project that I knew he would support because it's important. And I know that a lot of people like you as well want to support people and the opportunities that are provided. So this is just that extra opportunity we can hopefully provide to people within the community.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I know that the money on the city side will be coming from the Keith Fund.
So it's going to come from, so 18,000 is going to come from the Keith Fund, and then 28,000 is going to come from the Civic Center BOR Fund. And that, as of November 15th, the current balance was right around $212,000.
So there's only $18,000 in the Keith Fund?
Yeah, and that's going to exhaust the entire Keith Fund account.
Yeah. And for those that don't know what the Keith Fund is, it was money that was left to the city to benefit the poor in the city. And we've used a lot of that money over the time. Some for most, since I've been on city council, it's been for heating. But this is a great opportunity.
Absolutely. It's good for our kids. It gives them an opportunity to do so many more things in the winter months, and like Michael said, it generates revenue for the city, and I think it's just, and it can go right over the ice, be picked right back up. It should have been done.
Yeah, that's one of the beauties about this product is that it comes in panels. So the panels are put in and out. It takes, I think it was 6 to 8 hours for a group of 3 individuals to do that. It can go over the ice. There really is no anticipation to put it on top of the ice, but really a project that's going to go in when the ice comes up, and then it's also going to come up before the ice goes down in November, late October. Now,
So
it does have that functionality that you could put it on top of the ice if you wanted to do an event maybe for a day or something while we had the ice going on.
So I'm showing a picture on there, which is
So
something that it
cool.
would look like. For folks that want to see it.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they bring a piece of the panel in tomorrow to council. We got to see a piece of it. I met with a gentleman from Canada, the sales guy from Quebec, back in, I believe it was May. We had him come in. We talked about the area. It was myself, Jeff Bergeron, a couple other BYSA directors to really get an understanding of how much this project was going to cost, how we could get it done most effectively.
Nice.
It's awesome.
Well, I want to say thank you. Won't keep you any longer because I know that you're out and about.
He's a busy guy, as always.
Always busy, but it's always for the good stuff.
It is. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you guys, and I appreciate everything you're doing.
Have
All
a
right.
good night.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So, yeah,
So,
that's pretty cool.
you getting your screens all set
I'm
back
getting
up,
my
and you're getting
screens
yourself
all
all
set back
situated
up.
back up now?
I am.
Thank God.
I know.
That was a little bit stressful for you,
Was
Michael.
it was a little stressful for me. I'm not going to lie. It was a little confusing too.
Yeah.
But
It all worked
figured
out.
it out.
It all
Yeah.
worked out.
worked out.
Yeah.
We could
Awesome.
probably do better at that. We lost a lot of viewers during that whole process.
Well, we'll figure it out and do better next time.
we'll try.
And maybe
We'll try to
they'll
figure it out.
come back. You never know.
Never know.
So
But
we still have some people tagging on air it
Few,
out right now.
Few.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think the turf would be pretty cool. Back to the Mary Berry holidays. We do got the light up, obviously, in the park, City Hall Park, 5:45 to 7 p.m. Going to have hot cocoa, apple crisp, and doughy fresh catering. I don't know what that is, but that sounds
I don't know what that is either.
I'm really bummed. I'm going to miss this.
Well, so go to Virginia for Thanksgiving and then just come back
Just
the
come
next
home.
day.
Yeah, that almost works. I'm a little bummed.
I mean,
on
you
it.
can do both. It's not like you're elderly or something, Michael, and you can't handle it.
I'm not going to lie to you. 12-hour trip is kind of rough.
Wow.
Uh,
Do you know what time? I woke up at 2 o'clock this morning, could not go back to sleep. So I've been up since then. And you know what time I went to sleep? Right around midnight. So, hey.
Traveling is not fun. And Connie, yes, your opinion does matter.
Absolutely.
You might not be sold on it, and I don't know how. It sounds like a really great idea. I don't know if it's the best time to do it, but we'll have the conversation tomorrow night.
What I liked about it is how hard they work themselves to raise a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
The fact that they can kick in 75 grand, that's a big deal.
It does. And the town is pitching in.
Right, and the town is pitching in also.
Which is pretty cool.
But, a lot of people, when they want money, they come and they say, oh, this is how much money we want. They don't come and say, this is what we've done so far, this is where we're at, and this is what we need more to do, and we're asking for your help. They kind of came prepared.
So Connie makes a very valid point. Poor people money.
Right.
That's a very valid point.
I
I'm
know.
not going to deny that, Connie.
Right. I know.
It, as I said, the terms of the fund, that did cross my mind. So I think that's going to be a conversation tomorrow night. We'll see what comes of it. But that definitely did cross my mind. Not going to deny that. I got to read the actual the quote from the it's not. I think it was a trust. So I'll have to read that. I'll have to get it from Carol. I tried to look for it before tonight, before the Barre Beat, but I was unable to find it. But that's a very valid point. We also are going to have Canine Mike come in. I'm super stoked about that.
I'm super stoked about that as well.
Yeah.
So now who's bringing him in?
Well, I assume it's Officer Gaylord.
Gaylord.
Yeah. It's his pup. So yeah, he's going to be coming in, and they're going to be doing a not a presentation, but a presentation.
So when are we going to be doing that?
Tomorrow night.
That's
when are we
awesome.
having?
Yeah, I thought you meant we're going to have him on Barre Beat.
Yes, we are going to have him on Barre Beat. I've already gotten permission for that. And we will have them on as soon as we're back in the studio.
Okay.
We got to get back in the studio. Are we having?
I mean, we could do it here, but I would have to, send the babies away to their fathers.
Yes. Yeah, that
Because
would not be good.
No, because
Are we going to have a sofa down there?
I believe so.
Going to have your sofa?
Can we have my sofa? No, we've had all the stuff we're gonna get out of Raylene. You guys are? Do you need me to bleed or something? For God's sakes!
I'm just saying, if
give
we
up
have
your
a sofa,
house. Let me
the
torment
dog,
you all.
The dog will be able to be on the sofa, right?
Yeah. Now give up your sofa. Do you want my recliner too?
So we will have.
Good
will
Lord.
end up having Canine Mike in the studios for a Barre Beat special,
Which
as
is
well.
awesome.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that.
Totally stoked about that.
I'm gonna have Chief Vale on It's No Secret with me next Tuesday.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, he'll be in the studio at noon on Tuesday with me.
Nice.
I love to have the department involved in what we do and giving the community a chance to interact with them.
Nice.
Yes, and K9 Mike's been doing a fabulous job lately.
Yes, he
I
has.
want to. Can I bring him a big old steak bone? Because man, he deserves it.
You should double check that first. We also will be. We're actually going to be engaging with Leonine Public Affairs. So we're going to be contracting with a lobbyist. Basically, the city is hiring a lobbyist. We've done this before. We did that during the TIF issue when we were trying to get our TIF passed, and it worked out quite well. I think
And the purpose of it this time is
to capitalize on all the funds that we can get for this next session for flood recovery, because we're going to need as much as we can get, given the detriment to our grand list that we're going to experience. It's going to be pretty rough. It's going to have a very terrible effect on our tax rate for sure.
It's frightening.
Unfortunately, it is.
Like if we haven't gone through enough, here we go again.
Yeah.
Have some more.
Yeah. And we are going to be talking about housing tomorrow night. And we are going to be talking about the budget as well. The budget increase, I think I saw about 4.39%, I think it was. But with the impact of the grand list, our tax rate is not looking good. It's not looking good. And so one of the things that, as we are talking about school as well, budgets increasing. I think the school started off, the budget pitched was like 12% increase, which is insane. And I know the reason why they're doing that. They're trying to put all those COVID positions back into the general budget, because they don't want to lose all the positions that we got for COVID. The only problem with that is that the positions that were created for COVID were specifically created to get us through those very difficult times. And we're no longer in those difficult times. So if we're still having those difficult times while not being in COVID, certainly something to have a conversation about.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if I'm assuming that the school budget will not be, 10, 12%. I don't think.
I would hope not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, my God. Connie says a house is being torn down near St. Monica's for a playground.
Correct. So they had gone through environmental court on that one. DRB denied their request to tear it down.
And they took it to the next level.
And they took it to the next level, and they got a court order saying that they could tear down that building. So that'll be... but it hasn't been rented for years, so it's not affecting. I was thinking about the housing issue
But why wasn't it rented for years?
They haven't rented it,
right? But they could have. It could have been space for housing for someone, right? Yeah,
right. They could have, but I would never support forcing people to rent, properties to people. It's not.
And I didn't mean that. I just meant it wasn't because it couldn't be rented or it wasn't livable, right? It wasn't.
I don't think that's what it was.
It wasn't because of the condition.
They did not want to be landlords. The church did not want to be landlords, so they wanted to demolish it and put up a playground or a parking lot. I'm not sure what they're going to put there, but. It's either a playground or a parking lot. But yeah, the problem, as we talk about housing tomorrow night, and one of the things that we as a community have to understand, it's not necessarily availability, because I know people that have gotten apartments just like that, or bought houses just like that. It may take a month or two to buy a house, but it takes about a month or two to buy a house in general.
Right.
The issue isn't that. The issue is price. And, we talk about what goes into that. Well, our ordinances go into that. If you, let's say we don't, part of our minimum housing standards was you had to have marble countertops. If that were the case,
right,
landlords are going to charge for that. So, we have a need for
affordable
housing, but you're not going to get landlords to have really nice units and then rent them out for really cheap. And that's a problem that we have to address. Either we go for more government subsidized, which I think Barre City has plenty of government subsidized. We have way more than any community in this area that I know.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to having more, provided they don't, put drug dealers in those buildings.
Right, which is the case right now.
Right. Which they can't do anything about anyway. They can't prevent drug dealers going into their properties because HUD forces them to do it.
The problem is that once they know there's a dealer there, they're also not allowed to remove them. That's where there becomes a problem.
It takes over a year sometimes to evict people.
Right.
Now, That's a problem.
And if you know
For me,
someone is selling drugs in subsidized housing, they should be out on their ass in 2 seconds.
Every single person that you vote for, you should ask them that question. Do you support like quick eviction processes for drug dealers? I mean, honestly, you should ask that question.
And we're
if
not
you're
beating up on the addicts. We're not saying the people that are using
No.
and youth and struggling and those sorts of things. We're saying that people that come here and are literally selling drugs, lacing drugs with fentanyl and killing people in our community.
Yeah, exactly.
If you get caught, you're dealing, you're gone.
Yep.
Period.
I mean, I'm a firm believer that if you're dealing drugs, you should be getting, an intent to murder.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
my personal opinion.
Absolutely.
And I know
Attempted
some
murder.
people
And if
don't
somebody
like that.
overdoses and dies, then you're charged with murder.
Oh, yeah.
Period.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll be having those conversations tomorrow night. And I would highly recommend people come because I'm sure it's going to be a very interesting council meeting, especially with Mikey. We got bookend. We got Mikey, and then we got the housing and North End conversation.
Right.
So I highly recommend people.
Canine
tune in for
Mike's
that.
going to be
Canine.
my favorite
Me too.
piece of the whole night.
Yes.
If you've never seen one of those dogs work, it's pretty amazing to watch.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm really impressed with the watching, but I really want to pet the dog.
Well,
Probably not going to happen.
I don't think that they allow that,
I don't think so
actually.
either.
I think that's...
I wish they did.
Yeah.
But that being said,
You know what? You don't need to untrain the dog.
I know. So I will say in our closing that we've got the holiday house decorating contest.
Happens every year.
Happens every year.
Do it up. I've already seen some houses
We
that
have.
are like pretty like wow.
Yep.
They went all out for Halloween and now they're going all out for Christmas.
You should absolutely put your house in for decorations. You can decorate like Martha Stewart or Clark Griswold
Yeah.
for the holiday.
And the partnership does if you put your name on the list, they make like a little list and map of the city of
Yep.
all the people participating so that people can go out and look and check it out and vote. So let's light it up. Light up
Yep.
the city. It's
And
awesome.
Definitely a lot of fun, and you can win a cool prize.
So speaking of lighting things up, you're
prizes.
gonna do Jeepmas.
Ooh, that's December 9th, right?
December 9th is Jeepmas from 6 to 8, I believe.
Yep.
It starts at the Berlin Mall. You must own a Jeep. You can have a Jeep of any kind, but it has to be a Jeep. And that's why it's called Jeepmas. And even Michael's still like, no, it has to be a specific kind of Jeep for Michael, but not to enter this. It doesn't have to
Jeep
be.
Wrangler.
But anyways, you decorate your Jeep all up, light it up, decorate it all up, and we meet at the Berlin Mall. We go, leave the mall, go over the airport road, and then we take a right at the intersection, and I forget the name of that road, but we go over to the Southbury Access, and down into Southbury, and then down Main Street in Barre, and down the Barre Montpelier Road, right into Montpelier, and it's the State House where we take pictures.
Yep.
Last year there was quite a few of us. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
I know somebody that's going to be going that you're going to be surprised.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Alice?
Oh, I don't know if Alice is going to come. She should. She absolutely should.
Michael's.
Although she doesn't have a Jeep Wrangler. No,
No,
I
but
know
she has
somebody-
a Jeep. Michael, you just have to have a
She has
Jeep.
like a Patriot or a Liberty. I don't know what she has.
She has a bright yellow Jeep.
Yes.
Listen, it doesn't matter what kind of Jeep you have. If it's a Jeep, you can be in Jeep Miss. And maybe you'll even get a special duck.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you this duck. Not. I'm gonna give this duck to Raylene.
I don't have a Jeep,
I don't know
asshole.
if you can really see that very well. I'm sure everybody can see the.
Of course they can.
That's okay.
No.
So anyway,
I gave you one of these ducks.
you did give me one of those, and it's still in my Jeep. I am pretty excited, and I won't tell you who it is.
Okay.
But let's put it this way: somebody. But with that, do you have anything you want to say?
I don't, except for tune in to watch Michael and I in the morning on Aired Out. Michael's going to come back. He's so sweet to do that. JD's out on vacation, and Michael's going to come in and help me do the morning show tomorrow because I do not like to do them on my own.
I will do a plug for one of your sponsors,
Which one?
Tina Ruthier.
I love her
Ruthier's
to death.
Auto. I was up there today. I had to go up there and put a down payment on some work that my Jeep needs. Apparently, Jeep.
Jeep. Jeep.
I will say this.
Give
me,
yeah.
give me the duck.
Yeah, there
Jeep.
you go, Jeep.
That's all I have to say to you
Yeah.
right now.
But yeah, they
they-
do great work over there.
They are. They've been super.
We love
I've been
them.
harassing them for the last 3 weeks about doing my tie rods, and it's been really difficult because it's hard to get parts for my Jeep.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working with Geico trying to see if I can get warranty work done with it. And they have just been super helpful through the whole process. And finally, yesterday, I just said, just get the parts and let's just do the work and be done with it.
Right. We'll figure it all out. Yeah. No, love them.
Yeah. Went
Yeah,
up
we
there,
have-
saw Tina and gave her a big hug.
They're all great, but I love her the most. I mean, she's just
She was telling me about all the different things that they're doing down at the
at Jerry's.
5-star dive bar, Jerry's.
Yeah.
So, it
Tomorrow
may
night.
not be. It may not
Tiffany
be
and DJ. There's a
it may
DJ.
not be a dive bar too soon. Who knows?
I don't
maybe-
think so.
Maybe it can get rid of that
That stigma.
that stigma, which isn't a real. I've been in there. At least when I went in there, it was nice. I went there. I thought it was nice. So it has a nice little pool.
Yeah, I've always had a good time when I go in there.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I've only been in there once.
We're gonna do the pub crawl pretty
We're
soon.
not. You will.
Listen, that's gonna be one hell of a day. So
I don't drink, so
the
I'm
day
not going to be doing
of
a pub crawl.
the day of the pub crawl. So we do that on the 9th, and then we do Jeep Miss, and we have the ball that night.
I know.
I'm gonna be totally twisted up. You might have to carry me in and out of the Jeep. I'm just gonna tell you right now.
Well, I'll be a designated driver because I don't drink. so.
Right.
But anyway, with that, we'll see you guys tomorrow. And
Yes, tomorrow morning, 9
Tomorrow
o'clock,
morning
aired out. All
for
kinds of
Aired
great
Out.
things to talk about.
And you guys have.
Oh,
a
Tracy's
lovely
watching.
evening. She is.
I'm surprised. You ought to be very thankful and tell her thank you and you love her because this is past her bedtime.
It is past her bedtime. I do love Tracy a lot.
And
Miss,
she's
she
tuned
just
in.
texted me. Okay. All right. Well, with that, we will see you all tomorrow. Raylene, and we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see
Yeah.
you on the next Barre Beat.
Have a great night, everyone.
Good night.